Hi guys, welcome to Fyrside. It is the Batman here with you, and we're another opinionation, guys. Pull up a stump. It is a dreary, drippy day here in Saskatchewan. And I was going to record this video yesterday, but it was très windy, and you can imagine I've learned by now to not do that if at all avoidable. So we're going to throw this together real quick for you guys. Today we're talking about words. I'm trying to go through Season 3 of Star Trek ToS right now, guys, and that's the original series, for those who don't know, and it's not great. It's not great. I've never gotten through Season 3, even though I watched a lot of Star Trek in my day, because Season 3 of the original series is really poor. But there's a couple great episodes in there, here and there. There's one episode that's pretty good. It's called The Savage Curtain. And the Savage Curtain, early on in the episode, I don't want to go through the whole episode with you, of course, but early on in the episode, Kirk and crew come by what they appears to be, and what claims to be, the real and authentic Abraham Lincoln. Anyway, he ends up coming aboard, and it's a perfect picture of a person from his time, and it seems to be Abraham Lincoln in every way. There's a scene where he's on the bridge and he's talking to Kirk, and Ohura, that is the communications officer on the bridge, who happens to be a black lady. She comes up and she says something to Kirk, and Abraham Lincoln immediately reacts with the following. He says, "What a charming negress." He says, "What a charming negress," and I laugh. I remember I laughed so hard when I first heard this, and I really love this term, the term negress. Not just negress, but the idea of a charming negress, for a lot of reasons. And you can ask my girlfriend, I'll actually use this term if I'm watching a movie and there's some black lady on there. I just love her character, so I'll be like, "Oh man, what a charming negress." She'll get upset at me, slap me or something. You can't say those things. And this is the point of the video, guys, is he kind of looks at her and he goes, "Oh, sorry," he says this thing, and they both look back at him, and he says, "Oh, sorry, I know in my time some people use that term to mean property." And Ohura looks back at him and says, "That's okay. In my century, we don't fear words." And this issues a sentiment of mine, guys, is I just kind of use words willy-nilly, and people might say that I use them without regard to who they might hurt, and that's immensely and completely true. I'm only taking onus for those I hurt with words, whom I intend to hurt with words, right? I am very perplexed by this notion that I can't use a word, like, say, from across a room, because a certain person might be offended by it, or because someone online might be offended by it. If you understand what words are, guys, tools of communication, you kind of immediately realize, it all immediately follows from an understanding of what words are, that it's really about intent, and that what, say, Abraham Lincoln meant in that scene is he meant exactly what he said. What a charming negress. He's complimenting her. Why? Because that Ohura is smoking gorgeous. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the original series. I forget the actress's name. Smoking gorgeous in that series. But he didn't mean anything bad by it, and she wasn't offended. Why would she be? She's kind of being perfectly tolerant of the guy's culture from that time, right? He didn't say anything offensive. He didn't say, "You dirty Negro. What's this Negro doing on the bridge?" or something like that. Which is funny, because we know in Star Trek what would happen is they would politely correct the guy, and then we'd be done with it. He'd say, "Oh no, we allowed Negroes on the bridge," is what would happen, and no one would be angry. Why? Because they don't fear words. I don't fear words either. And I don't think anyone should fear words. I think it's really crazy. I mean, there's all sorts of black people out there who say nobody uses the N-word. I really hate saying the N-word. I really hate it. And then there's a lot of feminists out there who's like, you're not allowed to, I know women who like won't, my sister, I have a little sister, I don't know if she's still doing this for a long time, she wouldn't let anyone use the word bitch around her. Like the word bitch, like you couldn't even say, oh man, that person's bitching, right? But that's fear of words, man. That's fear of words. That's allowing words to dominate you. That's allowing you to be shackled and imprisoned otherwise by those terms, which is nae good, lassie. And that's about it, guys. The wisdom of Ohura. Do not fear words. If you had any thoughts on this, guys, comment down below. Patman signing off. You're telling you don't fear words, guys. Don't fear words. GG. God bless. Be fearless. Stay persons.